This question is asked in GATE 2017 of electronics. This is from sequential circuits of digital and related to counter or finite state machine, you can say. Okay, the given question is, a finite state machine is implemented using D flip-flops A and B and logic gates are shown in the figure below. The four possible states of FSM are QA, QB equals to 0, 0, 0, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Assume that X in is held at a constant logic level throughout the operation of finite state machine. When the FSM is initialized to state 0, 0 and clock after a few cycles it starts cycling through, then the options they are saying all of the four possible state if X in equals to 1, 3 of the 4 possible state when X in equal to 0, only 2 of 4 possible state when X in equals to 1, only 2 of 4 possible state if X in equal to 0. Well, if you observe these options, okay, so what we are supposed to do in this case, by observing the option we can say, so basically if you see how they have jumbled the option is, if X in equals to 1, how many states are happening, and if X in equal to 0, how many states are happening, right? And the initial state is 0, 0. It is given initial state QA, QB equals to 0, 0. So that's what is given. And we are supposed to evaluate the situations, what's going to happen when X in equals to 0, what's going to happen when X in equals to 1. So I'm making a table here. So present state. So this is like a normal counter problems, present state, and here we have flip-flop inputs. Present state means, so here I have two flip-flops, so I'll be finding what are the value of QA and QB. And flip-flop inputs, so this is DA, this is DB, okay? Flip-flop input DA and DB. So because you can see, so this DB is related to X in, right? So what I'm doing is, so because we have to give the answers in two cases, what's going to happen when X equal to 0, what's going to happen when X equals to 1. So first case I'm selecting if X equals to 0, then what is the value of DA, what is the value of DB, and if X equals to 1, what is the value of DA and what is the value of DB. Then I have next state. So next state also I have two conditions. If X equals to 0, what is the next state, that is QA plus, and if X equals to 1, what is the next state, that is QB plus. Okay, and because I have only two flip-flops involved here, so I can have four possible inputs, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1, right? So this is just like a same counter problems only. So only difference is we are finding for two cases when X in is 0, when X in is 1. So in fact this is X in, okay, because in the questions they have used X in notations. Alright. But what is this DA and DB? If you see this DA, so this is a XOR gate, so this is QA and that is QB. So I can say DA is QA XOR QB. DA is QA XOR QB. Now if I ask you what is DB? DB is NAND combination of X in and QA. So this is QA and X in, it's the NAND combination of this. Okay, so while using for DA, okay, we can and DB we can use this expression. So this is DA and this is DB. We can use these expressions to find the DA DB. Alright. So suppose here if I am finding what is DA, so DA is QA XOR with QB. So here I am not finding any X terms. So irrespective of X in equal to 0 or X in equals to 1, so DA will be QA XOR QB. So just you have to find the XOR combination of QA and QB. So you get 0, you get 1, you get 1, you get 0. And even here also, because it is independent of X in, so here you will get what? 0, 1, 1, 0, because we are not observing any X here. But here it will depend on X because DB is function of X in. It is clear from this circuit diagram. So when X in equals to 0, so here the, okay, so what is DB? So DB, by observing circuit diagram, it is QA and X in. whole complement. So I have two possibility. If xn equals to 1, what I'm going to get? If xn equals to 0, what I'm going to get? If xn equal to 0, you can see, so dB is equals to 1, right? Why? Because if xn equal to 0, so this is 0 irrespective of QA, 0 complement is 1. But if you select xn equals to 1, so if you make it 1, so your dB, so here you are getting dB is QA bar. So in other words, this dB when xn equals to 0, this is constantly 1 because here xn equals to 1, so dB is 1. And when xn equals to 1, okay, so here dB is equals to QA complement. So this is your QA complement. So what is QA? QA is 0011, so QA complement will be 1100. I hope you don't have any doubt on this, right? So this is 1111. So in this case, first I evaluated what is dB when xn equal to 0. So when xn equal to 0, so dB is equals to 1. So constantly it is 1 because xn equal to 0. And when xn equals to 1, dB equals to QA bar. So this segment is for xn equals to 1 and dB should be QA complement. So complement of this column is 1100. So now we have to find what is QA plus and what is QB plus. So how do you find it? So using dA QA, I'll be finding what is QA plus, and using dB and QB, I'll be finding what is QB plus. And you know very well, the state equation of a D flip-flop is Q plus is equals to D, right? Q plus is equals to D. In other words, the next state is only function of the flip-flop inputs. It is independent of the previous state. That is, while evaluating QA plus, it doesn't matter what is QA, what it matters is what is DA, like that. So I'll be finding QA plus. QA plus I'll be finding using DA and QA. So again, because we have selected two different X values, so I'll be finding the next state also for two different cases. So let's say, for example, while filling up this column, I'll select this segments, not this segment. While going for this one, I'll select this because xn equals to 1. So here also it is x in, and this also here x in. So you can see here. So here, so xn equal to 0. So this is what I should select now. So dA equal to 0 means the next state is 0, 1, 1, 0. Why? Because I am not observing these all, because in D flip-flop cases, so it only depends on the inputs. So if it would have been some like T flip-flop and all, I also have to refer this because that state equation also depends on the previous state along with the present input. So we have filled up this. And what is this QB plus? So here I missed it. So you should have QB plus, and here also you have QA plus, okay, because we are finding the next state transition. So what is QB plus? To find QB plus, I have to refer dB and QB. So again xn equal to 0, so I should refer this column. So here you can see dB are all ones, so QB plus are also all ones, like this. Now next thing is, when xn equals to 1, what is QA plus and what is dB plus? When xn equals to 1, by referring dA and QA, I will be filling up QA plus. By referring dB and QB, I will be filling up this one. So again, QA plus is nothing but equals to dA. So dA in this case is 0110, and QB plus in this case is, so you can see here, so when xn equals to 1, the input you are getting is 1100. So the next state will be also naturally 1100, 1100. So this is the state transitions. In fact, if you are getting confused, you can make two separate tables. If xn equal to 0, what's the case, and if xn equals to 1, what the case. Okay, but I think in the single table itself, it is giving very, like crystal clear pictures, and from this we can come to the conclusions. Okay, now I am asking you, if xn equals to 0, then what is the transitions from 0, 0 where it is moving, and if xn equals to 1, now what is the transitions? Okay, see. So, I mean, this is your present state, this is your next state, okay. So, while xn equal to 0, you should refer these segments. When xn equals to 1, you should refer these segments. So, I am first filling up for xn equal to 0. So, your notice should be this present state and this next state, not this one, okay. So, from 0, 0, it is moving to 0, 1. So, from 0, 0, it is moving to 0, 1. So if the present state is 0, 0, it is moving to 0, 1. From 0, 1, where it is moving? From 0, 1, it is moving to 1, 1. So from 0, 1, this is moving to 1, 1. And if the present state is 1, 1 now, from 1, 1, where it is moving? From 1, 1, it is moving to 0, 1. And if it is 0, 1, it is again moving to 1, 1. Okay, and again from 1, 1, it is moving to 0, 1, and so on and so forth, like this. Okay, however, if xn equal to 1, if I select, then what is happening? So xn equal to 1 means from 0, 0, it is moving to 0, 1, and from 0, 1, it is moving to 1, 1. From 1, 1, it is moving to 0, 0. From 0, 0, it is moving to again 0, 1. From 0, 1, again 1, 1. And from 1, 1, it is again 0, 0, and so on and so forth. So this is what is happening. Okay. So why I have selected from 0, 0? Because in the question they have given it is initial state is 0, 0. So that means if you select xn equal to 0, okay, and if the present state is 0, if you select, the transition is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, so on and so forth. And if you select xn equals to 1, you can see it is making transition 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and so on and so forth. So this is what the transition. So based on this, we can tell which option is correct. So if I ask you, so in this case, in steady state, what are how many states are there? So steady state means after giving sufficient number of clocks, what are these transitions you are getting? In other words, if I ask you steady state cases, so this 0, 0 will not come into pictures, because if I am giving sufficient number of clocks, you can see we are only getting 2 states, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. In steady state, we have 2 states. But in this case, in steady state, how many states are there? 3 states. Why 3? Because the pattern is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and so on and so forth. So check the options, which option is satisfying. So if you see all options, option A is telling all of the 4 possible states if xn equals to 1. If xn equals to 1, it is saying 4 states are possible, but we have 3 states. So option A is wrong. Option B, 3 of the 4 states if xn equal to 0. If xn equal to 0, it is telling 3 states, but we have 2 states. Option C is telling only 2 of 4 possible states when xn equals to 1. Okay. Option C is telling 2 states when xn equals to 1, but we have 3. So option C is also wrong. Option D, only 2 of the 4 possible states when xn equal to 0. So when xn equal to 0, only 2 states are possible. This is the right statements. Okay. And in case if you have doubt regarding the steady state concepts, so in theory you must have learned, and even if you don't know that one, so in the question statement also you can easily figure out what they are telling. See the last statement in the questions. When the FSM is initialized to state QA/QB equal to 0, 0 and clock, after a few clock cycle, it starts cycling through how many states, right? So see that word. Okay, if the initial state is 0, 0 and clock, after a few clock cycles, that's what I mean by steady states. After a few clock cycles, what are the transition it is making, between how many states the transition is happening. So initially it is given 0, 0. After giving few clock cycle, between how many states the cycling is happening. So that's what I mean by steady state. So in this case you can see, if the initial state is 0, 0, after giving few clock cycle, the transition is between 2 states, and here the is between 3 states. So naturally the answer is equals to option D in this case, that is only 2 of 4 possible states when xn equal to 0. So this is one approach, okay? So in case if you are getting doubt, you can also solve this problem like this. You can make it 2 separate table. Like one table you can make present state, that is your like QA, QB, and this is your flip-flop inputs. And this is what? Your DA, DB. This is your next state, so that is your QA plus and QB plus. And this entire table, okay, you assume x in is equals to 0. If you select x in is equals to 0, so here DA is equals to, it is again QAX or QB only. Similarly, what is DB if you observe? So DB is equals to, if you select xn equal to 0, this is 1 only, right? So from this you can do like that, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. If you find the exact combinations, you get 0, 1, 1, 0. DB is anyway 1, right? Next state is, if I ask you, so QA plus equals to DA, that is 0, 1, 1, 0, and QB plus is equals to 1 1 1 1, that is dB, right? So the transition is 0 0 to 0 1, 0 1 to 1 1, 1 1 to 0 1, 0 1 to 1 1, and so on and so forth. So this is the case when x is equal to 0. In steady state we have two states. So this is one table. You can also make similarly one more table. So in that table what you have to do is, so again the same story. So you just have to erase these segments and these segments. That's it. So I mean the same table you can make twice, one for x in equal to 0 and your x in equals to 1. So in this case you select x in equals to 1. So dA is again QX or QB, dB is QA complements, and QA plus is dA and QB plus is dB, right? So by observing this one, 0 0 to 0 1, 0 1 to 1 1, 1 1 to 0 0, and so on and so forth. So this is one more way, like you make two separate tables and comment from there, or you can also make one table the way I said. So basically this is the simple same counter problems, right? Instead of asking for one combination, for two different cases it is given. So the answer is option D for this.
This is a 2-mark question asked in GATE 2017 of Set 1 Electronics. This is from digital subjects and from K-map topic. The given question is, which one of the following gives the simplified SOP expression for Boolean functions f equals to minterm 0 plus minterm 2 plus minterm 3 plus minterm 5, where A is MSB and C is LSB. So actually this is what the information they are telling. F is a function of 3 variable ABC, A is MSB, C is LSB, and its mean terms are 0 to 3, 5. So this is what they have given in terms of statements. I have written them in terms of these equations. We are able to, so we are supposed to find its corresponding simplified expressions. Although there could be many ways to simplify this by using the Boolean algebra and all, but K-map gives a systematic approach, so I'd like to solve these questions using K-map. Because it's a 3 variable cases, I should draw a 3 variable map where 2 raised to power 3, there will be 8 number of cells. So this is your A, this is your BC, and I'm solving the K-map in the min term format, not in max term format. Because if you see the options, all the options are given with respect to SOP expressions, not POS expressions. If the option would have been POS, I would have gone by max terms. If the options are given in SOP, I am going by mean terms. Okay. So the mean terms are 0 to 3, 5. So this is cell number 0, this is cell number 1, this is cell number 3, 2, this is 4, this is 5, this is 7, and this is 6. So these are the corresponding cell numbers. So you need mean term 0. So here I'll have 1, you need 2. So this is cell number 2, cell number 3, and cell number 5. That's it. So these are the 4 mean terms. I have plotted them. If I'm asking you for grouping, anyway group of 8 is not possible, even 4 is also not possible, right? So I should go for group of 2. So this is one group possible, but my target is to cover all the mean terms. All the mean terms should be grouped. Now to group this, I can go like this, and this cannot be grouped with this on this, and this should be single. So if I ask you what is the expression with respect to this, okay, so what is the expression with respect to this? So the row value is A and the column value is B bar C. You get A, B bar C. So for each and every group, you get a product term. So you get A, B bar C for this. And what you get for this, from row you get A bar, and from column if you see the B is common, you get A bar B. And what you get for the side one, so from the row you get again A bar, and from column if you see you get it is A bar, C bar. So each individual terms are the product terms, and we have to sum them so that it will be soft formats. So if you see this, I can write this f of ABC as A bar C bar plus A bar B plus A B bar C, isn't it? So, like, or combination of each of these terms will be my final answer. So this is given in one of the options, and that's the right answer for this.
This question is asked in GATE 2017 of electronics. This is from digital subjects and from latch concept. The question is, in the latch circuit zone, the NAND gates are non-zero but unequal propagation delays. The present input condition is P equals to Q equal to 0. If the input condition is changed to simultaneously P equal to Q equals to 1, then the output X and Y are. Like the options are, both are 1, both are 0, The remaining options are x is 1, y equal to 0, or x is 0, 0, y is 1. Then x equals to 1, y equals to 1, or x equal to 0, y equal to 0. Okay. So basically, if you see, the input was initially 0, 0, and then after some time, it is changing to 1, 1. Then what is the corresponding output they are asking? So these are what your XY terminal. Okay. Sorry, these are what your PQ terminal, I think, right? In the input side, they have used PQ notations, and in the output side, they have used the XY notations. So input PQ, okay, input PQ is making a transition from 0, 0 to 1, 1. If input PQ is making a transition from 0, 0 to 1, 1, what is the consequence in the X and Y? But here one important information given, non-zero, okay, unequal delay. So that means that delay are not 0. So that delay are something else, and that too they are not equal, right? So for understanding purpose, let's assume this delay is 2 nanoseconds and this delay is 4 nanoseconds. You can take any of this, or I can take this is 4 and this is 2. Okay, I'll be taking two cases. So one case, first one delay, okay, I have assumed less than the delay of the second one, and in the second case I'm going to assume the opposite one. That is, this case I'll assume this is 4 nanosecond, this is 2 nanosecond. So this is your PQ and this is your XY. For both of the cases, the input is changing from 0, 0 to 1, 1. So this case, this delay is 2, this is 4. In this case, this is 4 and this is 2. See what's going to happen. Now, if you make both of these input PQ are 0, 0, you know very well the property of NAND gates, like if any of the input is 0, irrespective of others, the output is 1. So if you are making both of the input 0, 0, okay, then you'll get this X is equals to 1, and even you'll get this Y is equals to 1. What time will you get? So you will get this at, because this delay is 2 nanoseconds, so this you are going to get at 2 nanoseconds, and this you are going to get at 4 nanoseconds, because the delay is more. Now see, up to 4 nanosecond, let's assume the input is 0, 0, okay, but the point is at 4 nanosecond this is 1, this is 1. If this is 1, it means this is 1, and if this is 1, means this is also 1. So this is the situations when you have given 0, 0 and the corresponding steady state output is 1, 1, right? So before giving the new input, that is 1, 1, so already the feedback inputs are 1, 1, because the output or the next state corresponds to 0, 0, you got it 1, 1. Once you are getting the output 1, 1 or next state 1, 1, so they are immediately reflected on the corresponding feedback inputs, right? Now what I am doing is I am changing the input which was 0, 0, now I am making this to 1, 1. Now if you make this to 1, 1, then what is the consequence? This input is 1, 1, this input is 1, 1, okay? So again the delay of this is 2 and this is 4, right? So after 2 nanoseconds of 4 nanosecond, that is at 6 nanosecond, so this will be 0. So X will be 0 at how much time? At 6 nanoseconds. Why? Because the new input, that is both are 1, 1, I am giving at t equals to 4. Okay, then at t equal to 4 I have given the inputs, then its own delay is 2. So 4 plus 2, that is at 6 nanosecond, it will process the input, that is 1, 1, you will get 0, right? Now at t equal to 6 nanosecond, this becoming 0. If this is 0, now this 1, this is changed to 0. Then as a result, so the new input to this NAND gate is 1, 0. Okay, what time? This 0 is coming at 6 nanosecond. So that is at 6 nanosecond the new input came. So basically at t equal to 6, the inputs are 0, 1, we are not changing it further, because anyway you are not going to change this, and this happened at t equal to 6. So at t equal to 6, you got the input 0, 1, and its own delay is 4. That is 6 plus 4 at 10 nanosecond. If the input is 0, 1, your output will be 1. So this you are going to get at 10 nanoseconds. Now, if you try for one more iteration, there is no point. Why? Because earlier it was 1 and 0. I mean, before you got this output, it was 1 and 0. So now also, this is 1 means this is 1. And if this is 0 means this is 0. So this and this are matching. So even if you are trying for some more iterations, there is no point actually, right? So it means that if the input sequence is 0, 0 followed by 1, 1. So this case, the steady state output I got X equal to 0 and Y is equals to 1. Okay. In this case, the delay of this gate, that is P gate, is less than delay of Q gates, right? So I am naming this is gate number P and this is Q. Okay. So I have assumed this is 2, this is 4, so this delay is less than delay of q. So in this case, this steady state output is 0 and 1. So now I am going to take the next case, that is delay of p is greater than delay of q. Delay of p is greater than delay of q. So if you take delay of p is greater than delay of q, then what's going to happen? That is this case. So in this case, if you make both of the inputs are 0, 0, obviously the corresponding outputs, so they will become 1, okay? So you will get y is equals to 1, so this you will get at 2 nanoseconds. Similarly, this you will get at 4 nanoseconds. Same story again, this I am interchanging them. So you are getting this is 1, 1, right? So at t equals to 4 nanoseconds, so because this is 1, and this is 1 means this is 1. So this one has come at 2, this one has come at 4. So up to this point I haven't changed the input, so I kept it on 0, 0. Now I need to change my input at 1, 1. So once again at 4 nanosecond, okay, because this change has happened, so I waited till 4 nanoseconds. Now I am changing the input to, instead of 0, 0, I am making this to 1, 1. What time you made? So this I am making at t equals to 4 nanoseconds. So at t equal to 4 nanosecond, the input to this NAND gate is 1, 1, and the input to this NAND gate is 1, 1. So because this gate delay is less, so we'll get this output faster compared to this. So because the input is 1, 1, so you'll get this is 0, because when the input to NAND gate is 1, 1, its corresponding output is 0. So this at what time you'll get? You'll get 2 nanoseconds of delay after where you have applied the inputs. So you have applied the input at t equal to 4 and its own delay is 2. So 4 plus 2, that is at 6 nanoseconds you are going to get it. So now at t equal to 6, when this becoming 0, immediately because this line is connected to this which was 1, now this will be replaced by 0. So this 0 came at t equal to 6 nanosecond as a result of this. So at t equal to 6 nanoseconds, you know you have the inputs 1 and 0. So obviously after 4 more nanoseconds, that is 6 plus 4, 10 nanoseconds, you get the output is 1, right? So this you are going to get at 10 nanoseconds. Now you can see here, so if you are trying for one more iterations, there is no point because these states are already there here. So that is this one is same as 1, this one is same as 0. So this is just stable configurations. So basically in this case, the next state if you see x is equals to 1 and y is equals to 0. So when the input sequence is 0, 0 followed by 1, 1, when the delay of p is less than delay of q, we are getting x equal to 0, y equals to 1. But in the opposite case, if I am assuming delay of p is more than delay of q, so in this case we are getting x is equals to 1 and we are getting y is equals to 0. So this is the steady state outputs, that is x equal to 0, y is equals to 1, and in this case this is the steady state output, x is equals to 1 and y is equals to 0. So these are the two possible cases. An interesting case will come if you take both of the delay are same. If you make, let's say, both of the delay if I am making same, so in this case what's going to happen? So what's going to happen in the sense you can see, so if you make both delay are same, so first you made both of the inputs to 0, 0. So let's say this changes you have made at t equal to 0. So if the inputs are 0, 0, you know you get this is 1, 1. At what time? At t equal to 2 nanosecond itself. Now when these are becoming 1, 1, so this is 1 and this is 1, right? So then let's say at t, so when this happened at t equal to 2. Now at t equal to 2 nanosecond itself, I am changing the input to 1, 1 because that's what my requirement is, right? Now if you make this to 1, 1, so what is the corresponding outputs? So this input is 1, 1, this is also 1, 1. Earlier cases because delay were not same, so one of the gate was producing output faster or earlier compared to the other one, but in this case you will get the output simultaneously. If 1, 1 is the input to this, you get this is 0. If 1, 1 is the input to this, you get this is 0. So once these are 0, 0, so again these will be 0, 0. Now we are not going to change this, so this is fixed. Now when the input is 1, 0 and this is also 1, 0, simultaneously they will produce output 1, 1. Now when this become 1, 1, again this will change to 1, 1. Now when this input is 1, 1 and this is 1, 1, so again you will get 0, 0. And again when this is 0, 0, so both of them will change. So again you will get it is 1, 1. So this will continue like this. So basically in this case, we will never get any kind of stable state. It will be always in the fluctuation states. This is something known as logical race. Not race around please. This is something known as logical race. But that's not the intention of the questions. But the intention of the question was when the delay were unequal, so what is the answers? So there are two possibilities, right? We don't know, but in the questions, which gate delay is what exactly, this relation is not defined actually. So we cannot tell, but we can tell one possibility, that is either x equal to 0, y equals to 1, or x equal to 0, or x equals to 1, y equal to 0, right? So if you see, that is satisfying option B. And if the delay would have been equal, then option C would have been correct. So because it is 1 1 or 0 0, 1 1 or 0 0, you don't know. So this case would have been the answers if the questions would have been given equal delay cases. But with respect to this, answer is either x equal to 0, y equals to 1, or x equals to 1, y equal to 0, right? This question is asked in GATE 2017 of electronics. This is from digital subjects and from flip-flop topic. The question is, consider the D latch shown in the figure, which is transparent when its clock input Ck is high and has 0 propagation delay. In the figure, the clock signal CLK1 has a 50% duty cycle and CLK2 has a 1/5 period delayed version of clock 1. The duty cycle of the output of the latch in the percentage is dash. So I have given the two waveform, clock 1 and clock 2. Only for my reference I have just drawn it. So this is clock 1, this is clock 2, and the output waveform I am supposed to draw, and this is circuit given. Okay. So they have said that this clock 1 having period T clock and clock 2 is 1/5 delayed version of clock 1. So basically what's going to happen is, which is being happening, the events are happening here. So in this case the event will happen after a delay of T by 5. That is, for example, this is jump is happening on 0. So here the jump will happen on 0 plus T by 5. So here this jump is happening on T by 2. So here it will happen on T by 2 plus T plus 5. T by 5. Okay. So whatever is happening here, so after a delay of T by 5, it will happen in this waveforms. Like this jump is happening on T. So this jump will happen on this plus T by 5. This jump is happening on 3T by 2. So this jump is going to happen on 3T by 2 plus T by 5. So this is going to happen on 2T. So this is going to happen on again a delay of T by 5 with respect to this, and so on and so forth. So these all time index I have just highlighted here. So like you can see, this is 0. So this is your T by 5. Okay. This is your T by 2. So this point is T by 2 plus T by 5. This is your T. This is T plus T by 5. 3T by 2, and this is, and so on and so forth. And this is circuit given. So what is the property of any flip-flop or latch basically? So in this case we have a latch. So this is the latch circuit they have given, and with latch we have introduced clock signal. So when you introduce clock signal with latch, so that is equivalent to a flip-flop. So basically this circuit, whatever is given, it's a D flip-flop, and for D flip-flop, you know, the next state Q plus equals to D. This is the characteristic equations. So that means what's going to happen, this clock 2 signal, that is this signal is connected to Ck input of this. So I can say one statement, whenever clock 2 is equals to 1, whenever clock 2 is equals to 1, why 1? Because it's an active high pin. So this device to work, I expect this terminal should be receiving 1, right? Whenever this is 1, so this will respond with respect to input. So because the property of D flip-flop is Q plus equal to 2, so when this is 1, that is when you activate this, then in the output you get D, and D is connected to clock 1. So equivalently you get clock 1 signal. That is when clock 2 equals to 1, so in output you get clock 1. But when clock 2 equal to 0, because digital case means there are two possibilities. When clock 2 equal to 0, so this output is equals to the previous states. So this is equals to previous states. In other words, if you make clock equal to 0, and then if you make some changes here, so it won't be reflected here. Rather what it was continuing, okay, at the end where you have given, you are making change from 1 to 0, it will continue with the same states. So these are what is the two key statements to draw the waveforms, and if you draw the waveforms, we can easily find what the duty cycle. So duty cycle of a square waveform is given by on period divided by total period multiplied by 100. So this is the formula to calculate duty cycle of a square waveforms. Now let us first draw the waveform of outputs, and then I'll be using this formula to calculate the duty cycles. Okay, so my target is when clock 2 equals to 1, output is equals to, you get it is clock 1, right? So if you observe, clock 2 equals to 1 in this gap, right? So see here, this is actually clock 2 is equals to 1 in this gap, right? That is from t by 2 to this one. This is the segments where this clock 2 equals to high, right? So I'm targeting this segment. So clock 2 equals to high in these segments. So I'm saying in this interval, okay, output is equals to clock 1. So in t by 5 to this point, so at this point, so the output is equals to these waveforms, okay, that is from here up to here, right? Because this segment clock 2 is equals to 1 from t by 5 to t by 2 plus t by 5. So in this interval, what is the output? That is same as this clock 1 waveform, okay, clock same one. So if you try to draw what is the clock 1 waveform, so this will be like this, it is continuing up to t by 2, and from t by 2 to this point, so it is 0. So you get something like this. Okay, now you see at this point, now this clock 2 equals to 0. This clock 2 equals to 0. Now because this clock 2 equal to 0, so this will maintain the same 0 till again that clock 2 becomes 1. That is at up to this point, because clock 2 is equals to 0. So if any changes made here, it won't be reflected here, it will maintain its previous state. So like for example at t, so even if this clock 1 is changing from 0 to 1, so still we will not observe this change at this point, because at this moment, so clock 2 signal is 0, so this will not be in a position to produce the output which is same as inputs. So this will continue like this, okay. Now again the same story will again repeat. So at this point if you see, again your clock 2 is equals to 1. So when your clock 2 is equals to 1, again it will copy, okay, the same informations of this clock 1 from t plus t by 5 to 3t by 2 plus t by 5. So t plus t by 5 to 3t by 2 plus t by 5. So in this interval, what is the signal nature clock 1? So clock 1 signal, it is 1 between t plus t by 5 till 3t by 2, right? Up to this it is 1, and beyond this it is again 0. Beyond this it is again 0, that is this segments. So again clock 2 becoming 0 at this point, so this will again continue till this point. So even if some changes is happening here, it won't be reflected. So here again it is, you are getting this clock 2 equals to 1. So again in these segments, it will again copy this signal from this point to this points. So from here to here, so here it is 1, and then this segment is from 5t by 2 to from these points. And again if you try to plot it, okay, so this will again continue this way. So again from this point onwards, you know, like the same story will again it will repeat, right? So this is the output waveform. This is the output waveforms. So if I ask you what is the complete period of this, so this is your complete period, right? I mean, if you are targeting, this is your starting point, the same thing is happening here. The time period definition is the minimum interval after which the wave step get repeated. We call that is, what is that? Nothing but the time period. So if you are observing this is your reference, then you should wait when this is again happening. This is happening here. So this gap is how much? So this gap is t by 5. So the total period of this waveform is t by 5. So this is equals to, this is your t by 5. And what is your on period? On period is, this is your on period. So this is your on period, this is your off period. So on period plus off period is total time periods. So what is this on period? On period is, this segment is nothing but t by 2 minus t by 5. So t by 2 minus t by 5, okay, into 100. This minus this is on period, divided by total period is, sorry, I did a mistake. It is actually t, right? If I subtract, you know, like from this, if I subtract 3 by 5 will be cancelled with t. So this is actually t, sorry. So on period is t by 2 minus t by 5 divided by total period is t multiplied by 100, okay. You can multiply 5 in both numerator and denominators, or 10, let us multiply 10. So 10 by 2 is 5t minus 10 by 5 is 2t, and this is 10t into 100. So tt cancel, 3 by 10. 3 by 10 into 100, 0.3 into 100 is how much? That is 30%. And it is very clear from this. This is not a case of 50% duty cycle, like here on period, off periods are equal. So that's why you get 50%. So here on period is less. This gap is less compared to this gap. So obviously the duty cycle is expected to be less than 50. And exactly if you find the values, this is happening to be 30%. So actually such kind of questions are very common, but generally the questions are asked with respect to statement, but in this case some waveform related things they have given, but ultimately analysis point of view there are no much changes. So this is the corresponding answer. This question is asked in GATE 2017 of electronics. This is from digital subjects and from shift register topic. The given question is a 4-bit shift register circuit configured for right shift operations like D into A to B, B to C, C to D is shown. If the present state of the shift register is ABCD equals to 1101, the number of clock cycles required to reach ABCD equals to 1111 is dash. So basically this is a shift register whose initial conditions are 1101. So we need to find the number of clock needed to reach the states 1111. So this is the normal cases. So D in, if I ask you, if this is A, this is A. If this is D, this is D. So what is this D in? This is nothing but A XOR D because it's XOR gate. In such kind of cases we used to make a table. So this is the clock number. We have the data inputs, that is D in, and in this circuit D in is given by A XOR D, and then we have the next state. So what is your next state in this case? So let us name this is A plus, B plus, C plus and D plus. Initially I haven't given any clock, I haven't given any data inputs, and the initial condition given is 1101. Now because this XOR gate is a combination of circuits, in other words it doesn't need any clock to operate. So if I ask you what is A XOR D, so 1 XOR 1, that is 0. So now 0 is present here. You haven't given any clock yet, okay? 0 is present here because of these conditions. 1 XOR 1, 0 is present here, right? So 0 is present here. Now you are giving the first clock. As a result, this 0 will be pushed. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 1 and this is 0. So now again you will find, so this is the situation now, okay? 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. So now this 0 and 0 if you XOR, right? So it is 0. So you give the second clock. So this way the shifting is happening, like D into A to B, B to C, C to D, the same pattern. So again 0 XOR 1, it is 1, give the third clock. So this one will be coming here, 0, 0, 1. So this pattern we have to continue unless until I get this all ones. 1 XOR 1 is 0, so clock number 4, this is 0, this is 1, this is 0, this is 0. So 0 XOR 0, so that is 0, so clock number 5, 0, 0, 1, 0, again 0 XOR 0, 0, 6th clock, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1 XOR 0, 1, 7th clock, 1, 0, 0, 0. 1 XOR 0. So you need to have patience, right? So you should keep on doing this unless until you got these states. So 1 XOR 0 is 1. You give the 8th clock. I get it is 1. I get it is 1. I get it is 0. I get it is 0. 1 XOR 0 is 1. Give the 9th clock. You get 1. You get 1. You get 1. You get 0. And finally 1 XOR 0 is 1. And if I give 10th clock, so this one I am getting here 1, 1 and 1. So you can see after 10 number of clock cycles, the state ABCD is becoming 1, 1, 1, 1. So the answer is 10 for this. So if this is what is 1, 1, 0, 1, so I need to have minimum 10 number of clocks so that the states will be again 1, 1, 1, 1, right? So 10 is the right answer for this, and this is a very general model questions what we are getting in the GATE exam very frequently.